Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Tuesday, August 19th, 2014. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. If you haven't got your sun sign horoscopes yet, and all the deeper videos, and teaching you more about astrology on my new premium network, check it all out at theleoking.com. And today we have still got the moon in Gemini with the sun in Leo. Really good energy, really playful, youthful energy, lots of ideas, lots of stimulations, lots of conversations, lots of things happening. I could just do this over and over and over again. That's one thing about getting caught up in Gemini is you can get caught up in the, the merry-go-round. It's like, woo, woohoo, it's like all over the place. But today the moon is void, which I think means it's going to be a very easy day. The sun's in a perfect position with the moon in a nice sextile. This is a really nice day, I think, for our thoughts to come together about our life, about our happiness, or lack thereof. Remember, we have Jupiter and Venus that have just made a big conjunction. It is time to understand what will make you feel good. It is time to understand the relationships to make. It is time to understand what doors to open with projects and situations. It is time. It's already off the timer. It's already been time. So I think today we're starting to be excited about new things, excited about this happiness, excited about these new starts. But what's even more interesting in the astrology is now Venus is starting to pick up speed. And it's about to make a square to Mars here coming up in the next week and over to Saturn, which the feel-good energy will be at a true battle in the next week with whether or not you can truly feel good or not, restriction, doubt. We're going to have a huge battle in space, and it is between truth and happiness. It is between feeling amazing and extremely low. So there's a need to really kind of enjoy today fully because the energy isn't fully into that testy water yet, which is coming up. Mercury as well, coming off in opposition to Neptune, which can be a little floaty. Mercury's wanting to figure out things and get to, the core issues of things and figure out things in life, but there's Neptune kind of like, let's be more imaginary and let's kind of like float a little bit. So the energy's a little bit all over the place, I'll be honest with you. But if you're focused on what makes you happy, if you're focused on love, if you're focused on what your heart wants, and you're able to make sure it's part of that truth and that you would die for it, this is actually, and this is huge from Spirit that it just gave me this for you, huge test on whether you know whether or not to follow your true gut. I mean, it's very simple. There's been a lot of projects on my plate lately and I'm just like, I feel it's off, I just cut it off. And it's like, there's a moment in our lives right now where we cut things off and we only begin with what we want. And if it doesn't feel like Disneyland, I'm sorry. Peace. Because this is a time of the battle that is going to highlight these things. And I think it is so important to understand all this stuff right now. And that's where we're at. Be clear in the life that you want and channel your highest good. Channel what your soul wants right now. That's Neptune opposed Mercury in their natural rulers. I mean, this is the battle of intellect and soul. This is the battle of heart and truth. This is the battle of strength or lack thereof. There's a need to set the boundaries now. There's a need to really dedicate to what's important and what's not. And that's where we're at today in the astrology. With a moon void, it's an energy that kind of is just to kind of float away and kind of ease into things nice. And I think that you're going to see that all these ideas come together, that all these emotions, and maybe today it's time to really let yourself, out there and feel what you want and express the way you feel. Because I think that we're needing that expression now, especially as we're going to be really tested on whether or not we can keep and maintain that happiness. And I bet you've already been tested because Jupiter is testing us all to expand here more. But with all the Scorpio energy, it's starting to get intense, especially around Mars and Saturn, really honing in on some big decisions and some big truth. The card of the day is the Four of Pentacles reversed. Pay attention to, are you holding on to things that you shouldn't be holding on to? Or maybe there's a part of you that needs to hold on to something that you really want. Maybe you've invested your energy all over the place and you're forgetting this is what you want, this is what you value, this is what you own. Stay there. Don't try and get lost and float away from what's important right now. It's very easy to do that right now. Get on a project, do this in your life, or be in this partnership and let things kind of float all over the place. No. Stay on target with what you know is worth it. What is the energy that you're holding on to? And stay there. Stay there. And be very clear on what those things are. And don't be afraid to open up your heart. Sometimes we need to get stung in the butt to really make us know what's our happiness or not. And this is time where the stinger is letting us know, gosh, sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I get hurt. Sometimes I get stung. Sometimes I get slapped in the face. And you know what? Sometimes that feels really, really good. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions, or if you want to have a one-on-one reading, or if you want to check me out on Premium. And Hollywood Astrology should have a new episode up. I did film it, so check it all out here on the Leo King channel. Thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow.